But I'm happy to announce that we are back. We are in the swing of things. We got turkey season coming up and a lot of fishing to be doing. So we are now officially back into the old summer grind and whatnot. But nonetheless, y'all's here for probably the title of the video, which is the best squirrel call, #1 squirrel call, whatever. However the title may be, it's going to be something along them lines. I haven't really decided, but something of that nature. I've been thinking this video through over and over and over, and I thought if I literally did a video on just about the calling, it would be a 2-minute video, because it's literally as simple as that. Bless me. It don't take long at all to go over this best squirrel call ever. I think this, I don't know what the title of the video is going to be, honestly, but it's somewhere along those lines. So I was thinking today on like, what could I do to kind of boost the video out, you know, make it a little longer. And I decided that this is going to be the first official vlog, you could say, of the channel. And you're probably wondering why I'm in the woods when I'm going to be going over the best squirrel call. No, I'm not out here to try and call some in or something to show you some live footage or anything, but I'll probably pull clips as I'm talking throughout the video of calling in squirrels and stuff, and just throw them in this video and stuff like that. My goal for the channel this year is to put some top quality content out. Now, I always put some decent time in my editing and stuff, but now, even if it means I'm gonna have to hold some videos for a little bit longer, I need to really, because there's sometimes I rewatch my videos and I'm like, dude, I could have put a lot more effort into that video and made it look 10 times better than what it was. So that's my goal for this year, is just to, every video I produce for y'all, to make it top notch to the best of my ability. Not over the top or nothing like that, but something that y'all's really going to be enjoying watching. And it's probably hard for y'all to even get through this little part right here, because I suck at words. If y'all's new to the channel and you're new to seeing this, I'm sure this is going to pull quite a bit of viewers in that does a lot of squirrel hunting. I suck at talking, so, you know, hopefully everything will make sense to you all. Currently in the woods because I mounted a red squirrel, which I was filming until I realized just how messed up the fur and stuff was on it, and I knew that if I was going to make it a perfect squirrel, not perfect, but a good looking squirrel, I needed to put the camera down and just focus on getting it there. So finally I got the squirrel where I wanted it, but now I need something to put him on so I can hang him up on the wall. So I'm looking for just an old piece of tree bark to set him on. That's what I kind of decided to put him on. I was going to go to the river and look for some driftwood, but I think it'll look better on a piece of tree bark. So that's the reason we're in the woods. And then when we get home, I ordered a laminated wood stock for my Air Venturi Avenger, and it's beautiful. It just came in today, so I decided this is a perfect day. It's literally 70 some degrees, so I said, you know what, let's head out in the woods, let's find this mount, and I'm just going to drag you all along throughout my day. But for everyone that's here for the squirrel calling, and in my opinion the #1 squirrel call that you can ever use, and it's literally a 50-cent squirrel call. It's a 50-cent squirrel call, literally. All it is, and you can do it with, you can make it 2 cent, 3 cent, and the best that I've found from using all of it would be a 50 cent, which is just 2 quarters. Everybody has 2 quarters. And I'm actually going to take y'all over here and pop you up somewhere, and just kind of do a little bit of, you know, calling. Hopefully it's not too windy today, so hopefully it'll pick up the audio for y'all so you can hear it pretty good. But I'll set you all up right here. But all right, so it's literally 2 quarters. Now, like I said, when it comes to the market and squirrel calling, there's not too many squirrel calls. They have one that I almost ordered off of Amazon for this video, but I decided not to. It's a handheld one. You blow into it like a tube call for turkey, per se, in a way, and it chatters. And then you have the Primo's squeaker. I'll just pop some, you know, pictures, images up for y'all. Granted, they do work, but those 2 particular calls right there, in my opinion, and what they're mostly used for, is if you get out on a late season day, the woods are wide open, you're not seeing much activity, you can take the squeaker call, which is a barking call, and hit that. And a nearby squirrel off in the distance will start responding to you by barking back to you, and that will give away his location. In a way, it's like a turkey locator. so you can figure out where he's at, pinpoint him, and head to him, and hopefully slide in close enough for a shot. But the only problem with that is it immediately puts the squirrels on edge, and they just freak out. They run up the trees and this, that, and the other. I've hit them right, the squirrels almost in front of me, just over a knoll or something, and had them run up the tree so I could shoot them. I hit the quarters. The squirrel come up and literally, my rangefinders won't work. I guarantee you $100. It was under 5 yards. I just looked over as soon as I started hitting him, and he jumped up right here. I mean, freaking, I could have spit on him, and he ran back at like 15. I dropped him. Scrolling through video, YouTube one day, just scrolling through and looking at squirrel calls. Come across the guy, and he had a empty shot shell that he had cut into 2 pieces, and he had 2 quarters. He said for years them was his 2 go-to calls. On a windy day, he would take the empty shotgun casing and he would cut the plastic into 2 sections, and he would shove it in and out. And that would literally replicate a squirrel cutting a nut. And he said throughout the years what he found is squirrels would literally come 2 feet from him and look at him right in his face. And a lot of them, if they were up in a tree, a big tree, they would move out on a wide open branch for him to get a shot, and he would take them that way too. From my experience, not with the shot shell because I haven't tried that method, but the quarters, I have seen that. But the majority of the time, the squirrel will be far, and I would take the 2 quarters, and not sure if y'all can see, but the rough edges of them, both sides, I would scrape them together. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. That actually sounds pretty loud out here, but like I said, there is a little bit of a breeze on this ridge top, so it could be messing up. I should have did this in the house, this part of the video. You would scrape it together like this. Shit, there he was. He came to me. From my understanding, especially during late season, this is when this call seems to be the most effective. I've shot a few during early season, had them come right down the tree to me and shot them. I've sat here for a long time, and I just went ahead and went down and got him. Just as I thought, I hit him way low, and the second shot I actually hit him right there, right through his arms. I'm only running when you want to kill him. Smoked him. Alright, cock your gun. It just don't move. I think I shot him. That's already dead. Good shot, boy. Killed your first one on camera. Oh yeah, with the pellet gun. Oh yeah, hyped. We got like 5 of them right here. There was 2 right here. 1 come right here. We couldn't get a shot on it. I'd just been sitting here calling with a quarter and a penny, and he must have heard it because he was coming right up here. He shot him at like 10 yards. I'm gonna I'll get back to calling. Y'all stay tuned. Here we go. I just love it. I hit in quarters, and I kept telling him, you know, quarters work. I don't know if he was a believer, but you're a believer of it now?
Yeah, now. I didn't believe you at first, though.
I started hitting the quarters, y'all, and I'm telling you, I watched them come all the way across. We had that one come, this one that he shot came, and mine was coming for a while, and then they started chasing each other up this big tree back here. It took me 20 minutes to get the camera on him. Finally, I got it on it, and just squelched right off, right in the center of his neck, and that was exactly where it hit. But it seems to work mostly during late season when there's not many nuts on the ground. And what I understand is when a squirrel hears it, he ain't finding nothing in his little area that he's in. So he hears this squirrel eating a nut. And if you see during late season, even though the squirrel rut is on, during their breeding season, you'll see them doing a lot of chasing. But a lot of times if you see a squirrel eating a nut or corn in your corn pile, whatever, you'll see other squirrels chasing. He's trying to get that food. So, like I say, I'll probably throw in a clip up, the most recent one actually, of me, literally, I hit the quarters, and I'm just gonna let the whole clip run. I hit the quarters, wasn't 2 seconds later, squirrel pops up to my right, out of nowhere, I don't know, 8 yards, runs out to 10, I smoke him off the side of the tree. That was actually 2 days before season went out. But I have multiple, if I would have filmed them, multiple videos, clips I would have had of me calling in squirrels like crazy. Just a lot of them I just wasn't able to get on film because they happened so fast. As soon as I hit the quarters, I'd look and a squirrel come running right at me. Now, is this going to work every single time you go to the woods and you hit these quarters? No. But a lot of times you're going to find, even towards the end of early season, you know, that September, beginning of October phase, when you're in the woods, you're not seeing no activity, you're not seeing branches moving. You just start hitting these, squirrels are just going to start moving out of the freaking blue. You're just going to start seeing them. I dropped my one, but I pulled out these 2 quarters. And I started hitting them, and I'm facing this way, you know, because I'm waiting on this one to come out of this hole and come down a tree and whatnot. So I'm just calling away, right, just hitting them. And then I looked right where the sun's shining, and I could see one go darting across the bank, and I was like, he's seen me, like he done snuck up on me. So while the camera was cut, I ended up hitting the quarters, and immediately I had this one come to my left. Now, right now, y'all can't see him. He's setting up on an old dead limb right behind that great big tree on the screen there. But while I was watching him, I had 2 of them come running right at me about 15 yards and stopped side by side on a log looking at me. And I'll pretty much just forward you all into the ones in front of me for now. So much just happened while the camera was cut off. Let me make sure y'all can even see it. Yes. I called on video. Y'all can probably hear I was calling to these ones. About that time, I mean, this one here come flying down over the ridge towards me. Just to keep it short and sweet for y'all, you know, I could go over the locator and stuff like that, but in my opinion, them ain't the best because they automatically put the squirrel on edge. They make the squirrel start barking. The squirrel's thinking there's a hawk in the woods. Thought my lens was cracked for a minute. I was gonna say, how in the world did that happen? but the squirrel is going to, you know, think there's a hawk or something flying through the woods. He's going to be on edge, and then when you're trying to sneak up on him in wide open woods, wide open timber, he's going to spot you from a long way, and he's gone. You know, half the time you ain't even going to hear him. You'll hear him, but you're never going to see him. So, in my opinion, the quarters, it calms them down. They think the squirrel's just in the opening, he's eating a nut, so that squirrel's calm. And if he's really hungry, he's going to come over and try to get the nut from you. That's just my take on the quarters, and that's my take on how it affects during a hunt. I could be completely wrong, but that's just what I've seen with my own 2 eyes, and I've literally killed so many squirrels using quarters. And in my hunting bag, when I carry around my squirrel hunting bag, I got, I don't know, probably $20 worth of quarters on me everywhere. I never go into the squirrel woods without them. There's been times that I believe I would have never killed a squirrel that evening had it not been using quarters and bringing them in close to me. When you guys call it quarters, you take 2 quarters. I shouldn't do this. I already know I shouldn't because I got so many squirrels. I mean, I know there's at least 4 of them right here to my right, but you take your quarters, hold one like this, put the other one on top, and scrape them. And what that does, it sounds like a squirrel eating a nut. And from my experience, if there's not much food around and that squirrel hears one eating a nut, he'll come running in trying to fight the other squirrel and take it from you. And I believe that's my belief on what it does, because that's at least what it seems like. Because when they come in, they ain't playing no games. These things come in here to fight. Got him. Hopefully y'all could see him. You guys probably could have saw him. If I had to shoot him, he seen me. But when it comes to a penny, if y'all can see, they'll have a white house on the back of them. Some of the quarters have it too, but you got the little grooves in there. You just take your penny and groove it. But the quarters seem to be the loudest that I found, but the shotgun shell, from what everyone says, is even louder. An empty, you know, shell casing. You just chop it down to plastic and you just break them in back and forth and stuff like that. They say it's even louder. But the quarter, in my opinion, that's just what you need to carry. Don't leave the house without them. I'm telling y'all out there right now, they 100% work. I'm not blowing smoke up your back. It's 100% true. they work really, really good. But like I said, it's a beautiful day. It's kind of a nice little breeze. Figured I actually would have heard a bird gobble or something. You know, we're getting closer to the turkey season. I think today's March 10th. Right about now is when you'll start hearing turkeys pretty well every single morning gobbling. Unless we have a snow front or something hit, some big cold snap. But it's been super warm and all that. But like I said, now I'm pretty much out here going to try to find a piece of driftwood so we can go hang the squirrel up. And then we're going to end up putting this laminated wood on the old rifle, and maybe at the end of the video I'll shoot it a few times and all that. But yeah, again, you just rub these edges together like that and just watch up in the trees, especially late season. Keep an eye on the ground, and before you know it, a squirrel literally just come out from behind this tree. That's pretty much what that last one did that I ended up calling in with the quarters. And if I'm shooting at squirrels with my PCP air rifle and I got them nervous, and I can tell they're nervous, they're kind of laying flat up on the branches and stuff in the trees, after a little bit I'll start hitting these quarters, and after a while you will see, and sometimes immediately you will see, squirrels just start coming right back down the tree and going right back to what they were doing, because they hear that, in my opinion, they hear that sound of a squirrel cutting a nut, and they think, okay, coast is clear, they're clearly eating, so I'm going to go back and doing what I'm doing. But I'm telling you, your success rate will go up. Just give it a shot. All it is 2 quarters. They don't take up a bunch of space like those locator calls and stuff like that. Locator call wouldn't be too bad, but that's more or less if I'm going to have a 17 HMR where I can reach out long range. I wouldn't mind having that one, because like I said, it will make them bark and stuff, but you're probably going to be shooting from a long distance unless there's enough cover in the woods to let you get really close to them. But the woods like I'm in now, if I was going to be using a locator, I'd definitely have a 17 HMR where I can shoot out to 100 yards if I need to. My air rifle, I always keep it 30 yards and under. Sometimes I'll reach out to 50 if I need to, but always keep it 30 and under, just for a guaranteed headshot every time. But all right, y'all, let's head on over here. I know there's a bunch of laid down logs up on this ridge line, so we're gonna go over and see if we can't knock off a good sturdy piece of bark. Don't have to be too sturdy, but I don't want it to be super flimsy either. The last squirrel I mounted, the piece of bark I found for him was just perfect. It fit perfect size, the whole nine. I didn't have to really cut it up or anything. But that tree, if y'all can see, I'm looking at this great big laid down tree. That's just like a new piece of tree there. That's going to be a little bit rough trying to get a piece of bark off of that one. Alright, I see another potential, but it honestly looks a little rough. Like it's going to be pretty hard to get a piece of bark off of it, unless there's a hollow one right here. Now, I like these ones. If you can get it to break off in a big enough section, I can guarantee you that it'll work. But that's the thing, to even get a piece of it broken off isn't going to be easy work. As y'all can see, this one, I wish the bark would, but if I can get it, yeah, just like that. So if I was to cut this one right across here, I'd honestly, right across here, and I'd have this down through there, that would be damn good. Yeah, that baby's strong. That baby is strong. So as of right now, this one would definitely, that one there would 100% do. But that broke off in a big section, but it snapped. I'm telling you. Finding a freaking needle in a haystack out here. Okay, now I like this texture of this. I kind of like the looks of this, but fortunately nothing's breaking. Just seems to be right where everything's dead and rotted. None of the stiff stuff is coming. I really don't have a freaking saw to cut that one in half. Definitely not hanging him on the whole entire thing. Just ain't happening. It's probably about all the farther I'm going, y'all. I could walk way off in them bottoms and all that, but in a way I don't feel like doing all that. It's a lot of walking, a lot of big hills down through there. Unless if I could spot something from top of this ridge line. Alright y'all, as you can see I just teeter-tottered all the way across this whole big thing. All to come up, and a squirrel took off from right here. He ran up and went over somewhere right there, but come across this whole log, eased across, and then I ended up getting a piece of bark off of this. Here's the bark that we are working with. Put her out in the sun for y'all. Really good, strong. I don't like all this little bit of wood, but I'll chip away at it. I'm gonna put some Elmer's glue behind it to kind of stiffen it up even more once it's on the wall and dries. And that should hold her together. So far, that's the, what I found. I would have liked to have found a big mature oak tree. I just think that was the best looking mounts when it comes to a tree bark mount. But hey, gotta do what you gotta do. A lot of this stuff's wintered right now. It's just brittle, breaking, and it's annoying. So I finally found this stronger piece, and I think that's going to be the one that I use. But I'm going to go up and check a big fallen oak tree that I know of that I squirrel hunt on, and see if there's enough something that we can salvage off it. But if not, this is going to be the piece we use for the old red squirrel. Kind of fitting. I think I could see some red squirrels being on a tree like this. I don't really know what type of tree it is. Could be a young oak tree, don't know, but anywho, that's what he's gonna be on, I can tell you that much. Oh, my leg! That's if we make it out of this creek. I got a freaking nasty stuff to go through here. I think it's easier if I go this way. And be a little careful. Try not to break my ankle. Looks like a bunch of brittle stuff. I've ripped up so much stuff that I thought would work, and it just went and fell apart in my hand. So we do got a hickory right here in front of me, but it's not really too shaggy. I've killed a lot of squirrels out there. Killed a lot of squirrels out of that tree in the past few years, but yeah, this tree ain't gonna do it, y'all. I'll catch y'all back at the house. All right, y'all. As you can see, we're now back at the house. I got our wood right here. We have some Elmer's glue. Now, will this work to hold the wood together? I don't know. It's Elmer's wood glue, so you know what? We're going to use it. I'm just going to take it and kind of just mush it all over the place, especially around the big crack areas and even the smaller ones that you can't see, and it'll hopefully help hold this. I'm going to start by just removing these pins I bought a mounting kit off of Line. That one's bent. It comes with everything you need for a squirrel mount. It's 115 bucks out the door. It's called like, just type in self-mounting squirrel kit, and it's called like Eli's or Ellie's mounting taxidermy, something like that. You can order the do-it-yourself kit for, like I said, 115 bucks. You can mount any squirrels. All you need is a measurement. You're going to measure from the butt all the way to his nose. That's going to tell you the length of the mount that you need. And they don't have a half, so if you have a 11.5-inch squirrel, just get a 12. Always get it a half a size bigger, so you have a little extra room to work with. Just from experience from doing this for a while, that's something I didn't pay attention to. When I'm pulling these pins, I'm not just jerking them out with pliers and stuff, because you can still potentially mess them out up. But it does look like everything's set the way it's supposed to and hardened in the way it was supposed to. Some of these are literally stuck. You just gotta wiggle them. If there's any bent ones, I go ahead and take them and throw them away, because with the self-mounting kit, each time you buy one, you get 100 of these little pins. You can pick them up at your Dollar General too, the same type. I personally just keep them, and that way when I do another self-mounting kit, I'll have extra to, if the mount needs it, I can just stack them in there. I will show you all a close-up of the squirrel once we get him on the log. That's my main focus, is getting him on it, getting him glued, holding him down, brushing him down, and then I'm gonna brush him down one more time after I finally get him on the wall. That one actually snapped off in the squirrel. Finally, we have all the pins out of him. I'm really not gonna worry about brushing him completely down right now, but I do wanna get around his eyeballs and stuff, around his legs. I'm gonna brush him once he's officially on the wood and he's starting to dry. Then I'll go ahead and rebrush him. Now I got his fur the way it is now, it's pretty much how it's gonna naturally form back down. I'm really ecstatic on how he came out. Now this is where things can get a little tricky in a way. He's gonna be running down. I did a running up mount on the last one. This one's coming down the tree. Alrighty y'all, I'm finally back. I give up on mounting the squirrel for the time being because the glue that I'm currently using takes 24 hours to harden. I was hoping it would harden a little bit faster, but unfortunately it hasn't. And it looks like I'm gonna have to mount it in a way that I really didn't want to, but that's really the only way I'm gonna be able to get it to look half decent. I think from here on out I'm going to be going with sitting mounts because they seem to be the easiest out of all of them. 100% sitting mounts seem to be the easiest in my opinion. But yeah, nonetheless, like I said, the squirrel is running down. I don't know, I might do another running up mount or running down mount, I don't know. It's really annoying to me that I couldn't get the squirrel exactly how I wanted him. But alright, as y'all can see, here is the laminated stock that I ended up buying for the inventory. Beautiful, beautiful stock. Now, when I came into the PCP world, which is just about, I think, a little over a year ago, I was spending tons of money on PCP air rifles. It seemed like every time I get a nice little chunk of change in my pocket, I'd go buy one. But since then, I finally decided, instead of doing that, they all shot great, all great experiences. But besides, you know, spending all that money on them, I said, you know what, I need to just get one rifle, make it my official squirrel rifle, and set it up the way I want it, and just hunt with that rifle. And the rifle I ended up going with, the Air Venturi Wood Edition 25 caliber. I bought this wood edition instead of the synthetic, just because I like the wood. Well, here recently they just come out with the laminated wood. I wanted the Green Mountain wood, which was laminated, but unfortunately you had to buy the rifle itself in order to get it. They only sold this wood separate. So nonetheless, I went ahead and bought this. I'm going to be taking this whole gun, setting it onto this one, tightening everything down, and then I'll probably sell this wood stock to a buddy of mine. This is going to be my official squirrel hunting rifle from here on out. This is the only one y'all will be seeing on the channel. I won't be taking any other one but this one from here on out. So they both have Picatinny rail spots up here on the front. You can put anything you want, bipods, etc. Me personally, where it's a hunting rifle, I don't use the bipods, but if I was to set this up for competition shooting, I would put bipods on the front of it, but I just use it for hunting, so I don't see a point in using all that. I do have a bag of Allen keys down here somewhere. I need to find them really quickly. I see them. So when you do buy this forearm, it will come with bolts and stuff. If you wanted to though, you could just put your old bolts on it. I am going to use the new bolts that they sent with me for this particular forearm and whatnot, but I'm guessing you could probably just use the same exact bolts and switch them over. I'm not sure if the rifle is going to stay sighted in or not, because I mean, honestly, once you tighten it down the same, it should stay dead on. But unfortunately, it looks like all these Allen keys are just going to be a hair too small. Maybe found one. Yep, I did find one. Okay. We have a degassing screw and another one. I'm not going to be messing with them. I'm just going to go right back here. I'm going to keep in mind exactly how tight these was. That was a very loose one. The air rifle, just in case everyone is wondering, is completely empty of air. Do not do this if your air rifle has air in it. That's just way too dangerous. I'm actually going the wrong way with this one. No, I was going the right way, right? No, something ain't right, y'all. This one acts like it. Yeah, I'm going the right way with it. This one just acts like it don't want to come out that easy. This one is a big screw because this one's the one that they sent with the rifle in the little pack over here to use. But okay, we have one. I don't want to lose anything. This is a big screw. This is actually the screw that the rifle comes with for a access one. I don't know why they would just send that and not the front one, but this is the one that they send with the rifle. And there we go. Now we have, let's flip it over very, very easily. And as y'all can see, just make sure there's no O-ring in the back of that one. There's not. There it is, just the stock itself. Okay, that went to, I see right where that one goes. That goes to the front of my rifle, the Picatinny rail, which I think that one comes with one. So, but just in case, I know where that one's at. So now we'll pick this one up. We'll take the rifle. I just don't want to scratch it. Okay, yep, we're slowly but surely getting her in there. Just take its time. It's only going to go one way. So as long as you're being a little bit careful. It looks like kind of a fit tight, which I like, you know, a tight fit. Not fit tight, but a tight fit, which like I said, I really like that about this. Now it looks like we are seated back here. Just need to make sure we're seated up front. We'll check. And there's actually a screw right here in this one that apparently I did not back out. So that might be a reason that it's not going in very smoothly. This one seems to be the really tight one, even when it comes to the stock being the way it is. And I did use the same exact screws, but that's okay. I'll put these in my air gun box so that way I'll have those for extras in case something happens, one ever falls out on me, I'll have it for backup. Let's go another half a turn on it and then we should be good to go. Just one more half a turn because it does seem to be still turning in there quite easily. That's good. Like I said, don't want to overdo it. Well, we gotta get this front one in. I might as well use the new one that they sent me. Maybe it's a little better. So there it is, the Air Ventura Avenger. That's it with its new stock. Like I said, they have a green mountain one that I literally think looks way better than this one. It's green, then laminated with like, I think it's red streaks, black streaks. It looks so sick, but like I said, this one was the only one available. This one's got kind of it's a red, blue, gray tint to it, so, but nonetheless, it's sweet. Oh yeah. I will say that I'll tell you now, my scope's crooked, but that's just because I think this forearm fits so tight that now I am going to have to spin my sight, which obviously I'm going to have to reset the rifle in now. If y'all out there are looking to get one of these PCPs, this exact one, I will tell you it will be cheaper to buy this rifle already with the laminated wood. It should be like out the door, it's $4.49 on Airgun Depot, which is where I order everything when it comes to air rifles. That's the only place I go to because they test them, they do the whole nine. If they need a new seal, they will automatically put you a new seal in your air rifle while it's at the manufacturer, the whole nine. So in my opinion, it's just the best place. But if you want to get this exact one, or even the Green Mountain laminated, I'd go there and get it. Me personally, when I purchased this, just for this regular wood edition, I'm wanting to say I paid $460 or something. It was crazy for just the original wood grain. This laminated, I'm pretty sure, was cheaper than the original wood grain. But like I said, if y'all wanted one just like this, that's where I'd go and I'd purchase it. And calibers, they have, I think, 22, 177, and 25. Now your price point may vary depending on what caliber you get with the laminated wood. Me personally, I'd go with the 25 caliber if you plan on popping squirrels, groundhogs, stuff like that. Just an all-around absolute great natural round to use. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to thank each and every one of y'all out there that's been showing love and support to the channel, and I apologize for there not being any uploads, but like I said, that's changing now. We're going to be heading back into content. I'll actually be shooting my turkey guns. I'm wanting to say sometime this weekend I should get a little day or two in to where I should be able to get some time to shoot them. So I'll be shooting them with red dots, pattern them, and I'll bring you all along with me. Not sure how high quality it'll be. I'll mainly be focused on just trying to get the rifles or the shotguns sighted in. Not sure how good the footage will be, but I'll bring you all along. It'll be another like daily vlog thing. Just from here on out, if it's got to do with the outdoors, I think I'm just going to bring my camera along with me and film it anyway. Not a ton of daily vlogs. I'm mainly going to keep my channel hunting, fishing, shooting, just outdoor stuff, but I think I'm just going to bring it around quite a bit more when I'm doing outdoor stuff. So with that being said, if y'all did enjoy today's video, and hopefully y'all enjoyed the beginning of the video, which is, I guess, in a way what the video was mainly focused on, which was calling squirrels. Like I said, it's 2 quarters, and I highly recommend y'all go out there and try it. As for me, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, didn't get to finish the squirrel in this video today, but that's alright. I'll definitely have him finished some point and on the wall, and I'll go ahead and one of my videos, not sure what one, it might even be my turkey video where I'm shooting the shotguns and whatnot. I'll go ahead and show you all the finished product, but nonetheless, pretty eventful day. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, if y'all do, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, subscribe, share it with your friends. That being said, I'll catch you all on the next video on Huntfishohio Outdoors.